Magnus then refused. And another handshake. 2 handshakes within 5 seconds there.
And the move.
Yep. And the moves. They're happening. All right. We have a game between Magnus Carlsen and Hans Niemann. Let's cover it. It's a massive game in terms of qualifying for the knockout stage. Let's talk about the moves. And let's not talk about the drama for the next 10 minutes.
So it's a bit of anti-theory from Magnus.
Yeah. He plays this quite unusual move here in the opening with his pawn. And
so we're getting a pretty standard position, but...
Yeah, it's interesting because usually you would have, like, let's say you just take away that move that Magnus made in the beginning with the pawn. This would actually be quite a common position reversed, where white would have that pawn in the center and black would have these double pawns. So Magnus is basically playing quite a usual position with black with the white pieces, where he has added this pawn move, which is actually very useful because he stops Niemann's bishop from getting out and pinning the knight, which is kind of what you normally do. So it makes some sense. And he is slightly better, actually.
Slightly better on the bar for Magnus Carlsen. They start with 3 minutes on the clock, 2 seconds increment after each move. This is round 11, a total of 13 rounds to be played today on the first day of World Blitz. Tomorrow, 8 players will play a knockout tournament starting with quarterfinals. Magnus Carlsen, he is the reigning Blitz champion, but it is his last standing World Championship title. He is no longer the Rapid champion. He has walked away from his classical title, and he is also not Fish Random champion. But he is currently World Blitz champion. He's been that 7 times, fighting to take it for the 8th time. But he needs to qualify for tomorrow's knockout. And this is a big game to do that. Slightly better on the bar. What do you think? The way they're playing now, are they trying to stay solid, not risk anything, or can we see action on this board? Fire.
We can see action. I think Magnus is playing quite ambitiously, but he's also solid, and he's up a minute on the clock, so it's looking pretty good for him so far, I would say.
Yeah, this is, to me, it's a very modern kind of opening idea where you just try and change a position very slightly, and then, like you were saying, you play a black position with sort of a move and a half, since you're white, and you've got this this odd idea to prevent him from.
Oh, now he's going for.
Now he's going for attack.
He is attacking. He's sacrificed a pawn, at least a pawn.
Ooh.
Now he's going towards Niemann's king.
Better on the bar for Hans Niemann.
The slider doesn't like it, but it looks very thematic.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's definitely a nice way of playing for a win. He is now threatening maybe to sacrifice his bishop and get a really dangerous attack. Niemann stops it, actually creates a very dangerous threat himself. Magnus has to avoid that threat. Takes the bishop. So what is going on now? Magnus still up a minute on the clock.
Playing extremely fast here, Magnus Carlsen.
I wonder, it wouldn't surprise me if Magnus has prepared most of this even. He clearly was thinking about pulling something out of his hat before the game started. He's played extremely quickly.
Yeah.
And this is really the kind of sort of modern wrinkle in the opening that you see a lot of people like. The teenage world champion Gukesh is playing h6 as black in almost all sorts of random positions. Whoa.
Exactly.
For subtle reasons that their computer friends have told them. And this must be nice for Magnus, although the engine seems. I think it's
Magnus does have this famous bishop pair that we've talked about, but Niemann does have a pretty good-looking knight in the center.
Balanced, okay.
And I would say it's a little bit scary for Magnus.
There's some his king side is very slightly exposed.
Yeah.
That's a very odd move.
Yeah, where's that knight going if you attack it? Oh, there's a fork threat.
But yeah, but that can't be the relevant.
And now it's better on the bar for Magnus. Some good moves.
Yeah, knight b5 was a very, very strange move. That's not where things are happening.
Yeah.
40 seconds
Agreed.
left for Niemann. Magnus is better on the bar. Oh, and he's struggling to find the next move. There it comes.
Magnus is over a minute ahead and starting to create a real advantage now, I think.
Yeah. And this endgame is going to be good for him if Niemann wants to go for that. As you mentioned before, this knight is still very misplaced and can be attacked. Niemann getting very low on the clock.
Look at that, 17 seconds. Hans Niemann, he is 21 years old, the Grandmaster from the USA, now much better for Magnus Carlsen. Two big rivals. A lot of history between these two, both fighting to get inside top 8 to qualify for the knockouts. Magnus has so much time on the clock, still 1 minute, 20 seconds. 17 seconds left for Hans Niemann, fighting for his life in this game.
Yeah,
but bunch of pieces here.
Magnus smells blood.
Yeah, he finds a good move there as well.
Queen still on the board as well.
He now attacks 2 pawns with his queen. Niemann couldn't defend both. He does pick up a pawn, but Niemann takes a pawn back. What is going on here?
Oh, he has to make a move.
Down to 5 seconds there.
Massively better for Magnus. Magnus Carlsen, it looks like he is winning this game. He has 1 minute left on his clock. It's trouble for Hans Niemann. I know he has a lot of fans out there. If he...
Maybe I was going to say maybe he just needs to trade these pieces off of this.
2 seconds left on the clock. Send your Hans Niemann love. If you are a Niemann fan, he needs it right now.
So what's the win? There should be something...
I'm wondering if there's some... Whoa.
Oh, that king move is...
Now it's
pretty
okay,
fancy.
still winning. It's getting messy.
It's a mess on the board, but a winning position for Magnus Carlsen. 30 seconds on the clock. Hans Niemann only has 5 seconds.
Magnus needs to find the win. He obviously isn't seeing it immediately and is getting low on the clock.
Yeah, it's not an easy position to play with no time.
Seems like he's finding the correct moves, but maybe...
I don't understand that move, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
The bar approves, but this is apparently still winning for him.
But it's...
Oh,
what's going on? What's going on?
and now Magnus is also getting into time trouble. 15 seconds.
Oh, Magnus getting low on time as well. Oh, he goes for a king move. What is happening here? Oh.
Oh, look at that.
There's some...
Magnus hesitating
Yeah,
there.
there's some nervous hesitations going on.
Getting very low on time. He goes for a crazy move. Opening up for his king. But now it feels more safe. Yeah,
this is just hand chess now.
Yeah, this should be... He's at least out of danger. And definitely won't lose.
Niemann or Magnus?
Magnus. I would say so. And he should be winning. But that was dramatic. It felt like he was a bit stressed there for a moment.
It felt like a total loss of control there in the middle, but...
Yeah, yeah.
But still, time trouble.
Yeah, he needs to be careful with his time. He's getting pretty low on time. That's a good move, it looks like.
Hans is moving instantly.
Oh, that might be a very good move. What is he going to do?
Come on.
Oh, he's shaking. Oh, that is a crazy move. Now Magnus has to be a little bit careful as well. What is going on here?
Magnus is losing his nerve.
Yeah, he is. What's happening now?
Can Hans get a new queen on the board with that pawn?
No,
it's hard to believe that Magnus is better now.
Yeah. He kind of... yeah, he messed up there.
It's interesting. I mean, it looks like...
Yeah, it feels like Niemann is playing for the win now.
Really?
Yeah.
It feels like...
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Magnus's nerve went there.
Yeah.
Hans is trying to avoid repetitions. He feels that... Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
We have a handshake. I guess that is a draw in this game.
That was a
Yep.
draw. Yeah, I think.
Wow, and that must be disappointing to Magnus Carlsen. He was
Yeah.
massively better before entering time trouble. Hans Niemann played some fantastic chess with less than 10 seconds on his clock for most
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah, great reflexes and really.